Good morning, everyone. This is a review. Well, this is actually part one of two video reviews on holiday Christmas type berry scents. I was actually going to do one review for everything, but I'm trying to keep the length of my videos down a bit. So part one is going to be bayberry and miscellaneous holiday Christmas berry type scents. Part two, the next one will be cranberry scents. So I will get started with going through each of these holiday Christmassy type berry scents. And then I'll describe the scent for each one. So first one we have is, oh, and I really need to turn off this flash. Well, that doesn't quite work. Okay, so the first one we have is Ambiessence Bayberry, which I believe has been discontinued. Next we have Sensationals Cranberry Clove. Now, even though that is cranberry, should be in part two of this series, it really doesn't smell a lot like cranberry. So next one we have is Candle Warmers French Currant. We have Sensationals Black Cherry Chutney, Better Homes and Gardens Redwood Pomegranate, Sonoma Mistletoe and Holly, Sonoma Winterberry and Pine, Holiday Time Balsam and Berries, and that is made by the Walmart Mainstays brand. And last we have Ashland Spiced Cranberry Compote. Again, it says it's cranberry, but it really doesn't smell like it. So first we have Ambiessence Bayberry. Again, this one has been discontinued, and it's a shame they discontinued it because it's such a beautiful scent. I smell mostly cloves, very warm, clovey scent, and a little bit of berry. Not a lot of berry. It might actually be possibly, I don't know if it's cranberry. There is a very, very slight tartness. It's not overly sweet, almost has maybe a very slight soapy note, but it's just a very warm, clovey scent. In fact, it says woodland berries and cinnamon. There might be a smidgen of cinnamon, but it's mostly cloves with a little bit of berry. Sensationals Cranberry Clove. It says tart cranberries and mixed spices. This is such an unusual scent. It's not what you would expect. It's not just, even though it says it's cranberry and clove, I really don't smell clove. Maybe very slightly. Cranberry, I don't know. It actually smells to me, if you've ever tried the Sensationals Envy scent, very unusual, kind of a, I don't know if it's a woodsy, spicy scent, kind of a little bit pungent, not really sweet. That's kind of what this is like. It's not really a sweet scent. It's kind of tart, but not like a cranberry tart. And it has that little smidgen of cloves, but it's so unusual. It's one of those scents that I really can't put my finger on. So I actually bought a couple of packs of these because it's a very nice scent. Next we have Candle Warmers French Currant. This is a beautiful scent. It's a very kind of a classy upscale type scent. It definitely has a soapy note. It's definitely like a bayberry, kind of a tart bayberry, but not a cranberry. It's not very sweet. It's almost, like I said, a little bit soapy. Almost I want to say almost a little bit of a bitterness, but oh, it really works. It's just a beautiful scent. It's not overwhelming. It's very, very nice. Black Cherry Chutney, Sensationals, of course. This one is, there's definitely a berry. It almost has kind of a smoky note. There's definitely cloves in there. And as far as, it's cherry. I guess it is maybe cherry that I smell, but it's definitely a winter type cherry. But I'm not really a fan of straight cherry, so and I like this one, so it's not definitely not straight cherry. It's almost like a slight cherry note with smokiness and cloves. It's very, very nice, very pleasant, not overly sweet. Just a very nice, pleasant scent. Next we have Better Homes and Gardens Redwood Pomegranate. And even though this is not, I don't think this is really meant to be a holiday scent, but it just kind of has that holiday berry note. It's the first thing that really hits me is it's really a woodsy scent. It's a woodsy berry. It's a woodsy scent with berry. A little bit, I don't want to say sour, maybe a little bit sour, like wine. It almost has a wine note, but without that awful vinegary fermentation type scent that I smell in other wine scented wax. So it's kind of a little bit of a, there is a little bit of a wine. It's a woodsy berry scent with a hint of wine. I guess that's the way I can describe it. And it also, because of the notes, it almost has a little bit of a slight, and this sounds terrible, a slight vinyl note. But it's not bad. I mean, it's such an unusual scent that it actually works for it. When I say vinyl, I mean it's just that very hint of vinyl, but it's not bad. It actually kind of works, if that makes sense. Next, we have Sonoma Mistletoe and Holly. Sonoma Mistletoe and Holly and Better Homes and Gardens Redwood Pomegranate are almost the exact same scent, even though Sonoma and Better Homes and Gardens are two totally different companies. So yes, the Sonoma Mistletoe and Holly, like I said, almost exactly the same scent as the Better Homes and Gardens Redwood Pomegranate, even though they're two different companies. Very, very slight smidgen of a difference. I would say that the Sonoma Mistletoe and Holly is a little bit more, I guess, a little bit more pungent, not quite as berryish, and definitely has more of that vinyl note. So I would say out of the two, I definitely like the Better Homes and Gardens Redwood Pomegranate more than the Sonoma Mistletoe and Holly. They're both very, very similar. You might not even be able to tell the difference. But like I said, that this one does have a little bit of that vinyl note, a little bit more than the other one. But they're both very nice fragrances. Then we have Sonoma Winterberry and Pine. And a lot of red wax for the holidays. And this is definitely a berry. It's definitely like a bayberry type scent, not like a juicy berry, like a juicy summer berry type scent. It's, most of these holiday berry scents are not the juicy summer type scents. They're very kind of subdued, which this one is. Not very sweet. Very slight hint of pine, barely noticeable, but it's definitely a winter scent for sure. Very nice, not overly sweet. Just a very nice kind of a warm, not clovey, not cinnamon. I don't think if there's clove. Maybe there's a hint of clove, but there is, I'd say, more berries with a little bit of pine. Then we have Holiday Time, which is you get from Walmart. This is made by Mainstays. Balsam and Berries. This is one of my favorite scents. And now they're available in the little tiny 1.25 ounce packs for 99 cents. This is an amazing scent. I have several of these. And it's definitely that bayberry, kind of a subdued bayberry scent. It's not very sweet, like just most of these scents are not overly sweet, but it definitely has a soapy note. It's kind of, I don't want to say a clean soapy note, but definitely a soapy berry note, but again, not like a summer berry, more of that bayberry scent. There might be slight hint of pine in there, possibly. It's almost a little similar to Sonoma Winterberry and Pine. A little bit similar. Very similar, in fact. Although the balsam berries is a little bit sweeter, a little soapier, not as piney, but just a wonderful scent. In fact, I actually have it melting right now. Right there. Really nice. Beautiful scent. And last we have Ashland Christmas Candle Collection Spiced Cranberry Compote from Michael's Arts and Crafts. And this is kind of probably the most cranberry-ish scent out of the ones that I've reviewed so far. I probably should have reviewed this with the cranberry scents. But since we're here now, this definitely is a cranberry. I'd say cranberry and cloves. It's not very cranberry. It's not overly cranberry-ish. It's cranberry, cloves. Definitely get that kind of that tart cranberry scent mixed with a little bit of cloves. That's what I get. And it shows cinnamon, and there might be cinnamon in there. Yeah, actually there is. I do smell cinnamon, but it's not overwhelming. So, very, very nice, subdued cranberry holiday scent. Actually, I have notes here. It says that this smells like, when it's melted, it smells like candied cranberry. So, and I have melted it. I just don't remember. So yeah, I guess I can tell. So I guess I can see that candied cranberry type note there. So, okay, well that's it for the winter holiday Christmassy type berry scents, and the next video will be just cranberry scents. And like I said, I just didn't want the video to go too long. That's why I'm kind of dividing them up like that. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Have a great day.